How many games will America's team win in 2024? What's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Emmanuel Jones here, back at with another NFL record prediction. And this time I'll be doing my NFL record prediction for the Dallas Cowboys in 2024, giving my thoughts, my game analysis, see which games I think the Cowboys will win and which games I think the Cowboys will lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the Dallas Cowboys for the 2024 NFL season, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more often, and comment down your opinion below to see who you think how far the Cowboys will go. Do you think they're going to make the playoffs? Do you think they're going to win a division? Do you think this is their chance to get over the hump to go to the Super Bowl and win it? Or you think they miss out on the playoffs? So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. So let's get things started. So obviously, week one, they have to play against the Cleveland Browns. This game is in Cleveland. Now, this is going to be Tom Brady broadcast, and I kind of believe, from 2 years ago, Dallas did, got Tom Brady retired, and they beat him in the playoffs before. So, yeah, this game is going to be fun to watch. This can go either way. Now, this is going to be Micah Parsons versus Myles Garrett. I think it's going to be a really good defensive matchup, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be really good. Because here's the thing. This game can go either way. And I could definitely see Dallas, winning this game, though. Because Dallas's defense can match up well with the Browns. Really good on paper. They have a really good pass rush that can really stop the run. They can get after Watson, though. And their corners can match up with the Browns receivers, too. But the one thing concerns me is that Dallas got new pieces on their old line. And they're playing against a Browns defensive line that's really good, and Jim Schwartz is a really good defense coordinator. I just think when you look at the defense, the Browns, pass can match up well with the Cowboys really good. They have a really good pass rush that can really get after Dak. They have a strong secondary that can really man up against CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. So I feel like this is a tough matchup for the Cowboys. So I think this game is going to get ugly. I think the Browns defense is going to win them this game. So I'm going to pick the Browns here to win because Cleveland is kind of a tough place to play at home. That's when their defense, starts to play really good in. And, they've been almost undefeated at home for the last couple of seasons. So, yeah, I like the Browns here to win this game in a defensive battle. And I think, the Browns O-line can block the Cowboys. And I think they can run the ball on Dallas, given that their run defense is a little suspect. Because they're suspect against the run. So I feel like even though Deshaun Watson sucks, I think the Browns are gonna do a good job keeping them clean and all that. So yeah. But here's the thing. I think the Cowboys are a better team from a talent standpoint, and I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback. But I think the Browns at home is pretty tough. The place to it's kind of tough and all that. I feel like the dog pound is going to be pumped for this game. And I think the coaching staff is going to get their guys going. So, yeah, I like the Browns here to win that game. Week 2 against the Cowboys. This is the home opener. I got Dallas winning this game because the Cowboys I think the Cowboys are a better team overall, better coaching staff, better quarterback. They're at home. Now, the Saints can definitely give the Cowboys issues because they have a really good defensive line and a great secondary that can really man against the Cowboys receivers and definitely overwhelm young Cowboys offensive line. They can do that, but I don't think the Saints pass rush is good as it used to be. I think Dallas can run the ball on them a little bit. I think Dak Prescott can throw the ball through the air. But here's the thing. Derek Carr has played really well against the Cowboys since Thanksgiving. He did, but I have a feeling that that the Saints, their receivers are kind of okay, but not special. I think the Cowboys secondary can like man up against the Saints receivers, and I think their pass rush is going to get after Derek Carr because I don't think Derek Carr is good as he used to be. So I think their defensive line can at least disrupt him and all that, and make him uncomfortable in the pocket, like make him throw the ball in the middle of the field and the sideline and all that. So yeah, and Mike Zimmer, he's done a good job in the past against the Saints, so maybe he can give him a good game plan. So yeah. So I think Dallas should be able to win this game in a close one, but I wouldn't be shocked if they blow on because I feel like if they can get up early, they could definitely blow the Saints out. So yeah. Week 3 against the Ravens. Obviously, this is kind of a tough game to predict. This could go either way. Now, I kind of went back and forth on this game for a little bit. So I think in my Ravens prediction, I think I had the Cowboys. I don't really remember. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this for a tie for right now, so I'll come back to that one. Week 4 against the Giants in New York on a short week. Obviously, Dallas should be able to win that game on the road because they're a better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. I mean, yeah, I mean that's pretty much why I understand the games in New York, but Dallas is just overall better team. Week 5 against the Steelers. This is another tricky game, though. This is on Sunday night. Now, Pittsburgh's always tough to play in, but it could go either way as well because most people are picking Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh, is good at home. And, Russell Wilson pretty much owns the Cowboys, but I feel like this is a different Cowboys team that the Steelers are playing against. So I think, maybe the Steelers defense can give the Cowboys offensive issues and, they pretty much have, a running game. They can really run on Dallas a little bit, but I don't really know if they can because I feel like Dallas because the Steelers got new pieces on their old line, even the same with Dallas. But I feel like this can be another defensive game. Even though the game's in Pittsburgh, I'm going to lean towards Dallas to win this game. I think Dallas is going to win this game in Pittsburgh because I think the Cowboys are extremely better version of the Steelers. I think they're a better team than the Steelers. I think they have a better quarterback than the Steelers. And I just think their pass rush, their defense is going to win them this game. I think their pass rush is going to give the Steelers offense and Russell Wilson a tough time. I think they can make life difficult on him. Like they can make him throw the ball in the middle of the field on the sideline and all that. And I think Dallas has the corners, to at least match up with George Pickens. And I think Dallas has more weapons than them, in my opinion. So yeah. I know the game's in Pittsburgh, but I think Dallas is a slightly better team overall. So I like the Cowboys in that matchup. Then week 6, they got to play at home against the Lions. Now, this is another game that can go either way. Now, I kind of feel the Lions kind of do want revenge from, last year, given that the game was pretty close and the referees cheating. But I feel the Lions are a good team. I mean, they improved their secondary. Their defensive lines improved. The offensive line is very strong. They got good weapons that can really, really attack you in the middle of the field. But at the same time, I think the game will be very close and competitive like last year. But Dallas has pretty much owned the Lions for the last couple of years. And I think the Lions, I don't even remember the last time the Lions had beat them. So it could be like a long time ago. So, yeah. So I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to get this win here at home because, I don't think the Lions match up well with the Cowboys really good on paper. Like it's a bad matchup for the Lions because the Cowboys defense can really dismantle Jared Goff and they can make him a drop back passer. They can make him uncomfortable in the pocket, force him to throw a ball in the middle of the field. And they have the corners to man up against the Lions pass catchers. And especially, I think the Lions can run the ball on them a little bit, but I don't know. But I think the Cowboys defense is probably going to win the game. Maybe their offense can because the problem with the Lions is, they can't really stop the pass really well. So I think CeeDee Lamb will be a challenge, and Brandon Cooks will be a challenge, and so is Jake Ferguson. I feel like those guys are just going to be a challenge. So yeah, and especially the Cowboys are at home in this game, and I think you can argue saying that both teams are similar, but I think but they're both similar to each other. So yeah, and I feel like Mike Zimmer has done a good job in the past against the Lions offense. I feel like he can put up a good game plan against the Lions offense. So yeah, I think Dallas, wins this game in a close one. Pretty much they own the Lions. The reason why I think Dallas will beat the Lions, because I haven't seen the Lions beat the Cowboys in a long time. Like, I just need to see it before I believe it. So that's why I think Dallas is gonna win. Then they got a bye week 7. Then after the bye week, they play the San Francisco 49ers on the road in San Francisco. I think the Niners win this game. I think Dallas will drop this game in San Francisco because the games in San Francisco, I think the Niners are just a slightly better team. They're at home in this game. And the Niners, this is like the worst matchup the Cowboys ever played. Like, the Niners just obviously like dismantled Dallas. So I feel like this is a game I think they do dismantle them, but the Niners defensive line is really strong. I think they're gonna find a way to give Dak Prescott issues and all that. And they're gonna like force him into some tough throws, and they're gonna force him to like throw the ball in the middle of the field, and they're gonna force the Cowboys to do that, and I don't think they're going to run the ball really well on them. And I don't know they're going to be able to throw the ball really well because the Niners got good corners in the second and that can man up against the Cowboys receivers. Their pass rush can get after Dak, and I feel like their offensive line can block the Cowboys, which it can put the Cowboys defense in a bad position. And I feel like CMC can have a big game too because like I've been saying, Dallas' run defense cannot really stop aggressive running backs. So I think, the Niners find a way to win that game. But I feel like it will be closer than it will be last time. But I think Dallas can give them fits, but I think the Niners find a way to pull this one off. Then week 9 against the Atlanta Falcons. This game can go either way. I mean, that's a game I think the Falcons can definitely win because Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, and Atlanta might be a good team with them, but I'm rolling with Dallas here to win this game because Dallas, is just they're just an overall better team, um, better coaching staff. Atlanta's going to be dealing with learning curves. You have a new coaching staff, a new quarterback. They got new weapons on offense, and their offensive line is pretty strong, but their defense is a little lousy. So I think Dallas can move the ball on them. So especially in the running game and the passing game. So yeah, I think Dallas finds a way to win that game. Then week 10 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, I got them beating the Eagles just once. I think they'll beat them the first time because it's at home, and Dallas really plays well at home against the Eagles. Like the thing is about Dallas, like they're kind of a fast defense and a fast offense. And I feel like the Eagles are gonna have trouble like defending the Cowboys. Because I think even though the Eagles defense is improved, especially their secondary is improved, I think Dallas can win their one-on-one matchups against them. And I feel like, the Cowboys could definitely have trouble stopping the Eagles' run game since they have Saquon in there. But I think Dallas defense can do a good job defending Jalen Hurts. Like they did that in the past. I think they can do it again. And this is kind of Jerry's world where I think Dallas can find a way to like dismantle the Eagles. Like they dismantled the Eagles like multiple times, but I think Dallas finds a way to win this game at home. Especially, I think they kind of own the Eagles. And I think they're kind of a better, you can argue saying they're a better team than the Eagles. So, yeah, I think they have a better quarterback than the Philly. So, yeah, I think the Cowboys find a way to win the first one at home. Week 11 on Monday Night Football against the Houston Texans. This is a game I think Dallas can definitely win because, Dallas is at home in this game, and the Texans and Cowboys are both in Texas, but Houston's coming to town in Dallas. some people could pick the Cowboys because they're at home and their defense can match up well. The Texans really good, which I think they can though, but I wouldn't rule it out. But because Dallas's defense, I think if they can give C.J. Stroud a tough time and make him uncomfortable in the pocket, I think Dallas can definitely find a way to win this game, especially, if they can control the game, keep Stroud off the field. I think that's the way I think the Cowboys can win. But I'm going to roll with the Texans here because I think the Texans are slightly a better team. They have a better quarterback. And I just think, D'Amico Ryan's defense has done really well, especially when he was a Niners defense coordinator. He found a way how to confuse Dak Prescott. Like he can do it again with his defense. Like I think the Texans pass rush is improved. I think they're gonna give the Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott a lot of fits. And I think their secondary is pretty strong, which I think they can man up against the Cowboys receivers. Their O-line is pretty strong, which I think they can block the Cowboys. That can give CJ Stroud a lot of time. And the Texans got multiple weapons that can really attack you, like Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, like those guys. And I think they can run the ball a little bit with Joe Mixon. So yeah, I think the Texans. I think it will be close. I understand it's in Dallas, but I think the Texans are slightly a better team. So I think the Texans find a way to win this game in a close one. I think maybe in a shootout. Week 12 against the Washington Commanders. Obviously, Dallas pretty much plays Commanders pretty hard, but I can see Commanders, beating the Cowboys once because Dan Quinn. But I've seen people do that. But I think Dallas is gonna win because even though it's in Washington outdoors, I think Dallas will win because Dallas, is a slightly a better team, better core, better coaching staff, and all that. So yeah, I think Dallas can win that game. And then next game, week 13 against the Giants on Thanksgiving, I think they beat the Giants to sweep the season series. I just think the Giants, are just not good enough to beat the Cowboys. Like I just need to see it before I believe it. Like Dallas have really beaten the Giants like a couple straight times. I don't even remember the last time they lost to the Giants, but I think Dallas is probably gonna sweep them because they match up well with the Giants and they've dismantled them a lot because of their pass rush. Maybe the Giants can beat them once if the defense can step up, but I think the Cowboys have a better defensive line, and I think they can really dismantle the Giants' offense and all that. And Dallas offense can definitely go off in this game against the Giants. So yeah, and especially Giants won't have much to play for because they're probably not gonna make the playoffs, and Dallas is fighting for a playoff spot. So yeah, I think Dallas will win that game at home. And then next game, week 14 against the Bengals. This is gonna be a fun game to watch. This can go either way. I can see the Bengals winning this game because they have a better quarterback and they're a better team overall. Maybe the Bengals can definitely give the Cowboys issues, but since the game is in Dallas, if this game was in Cincinnati and outdoors, I could take the Bengals, but it's in Dallas, so I'll take the Cowboys at home to win this game because I think the Cowboys, can match the Bengals at the line of scrimmage. I think they'll match. I think they can match up well with the Bengals really good on paper because they got the corners to man up against the Bengals receivers. They have the pass rush to get after Joe Burrow, and and I feel like their weapons. I don't know if the Bengals really have a number one corner that can really cover CD Lamb and Brandon Cooks. But even though the Bengals corners are really good, I think the Cowboys will win their one-on-one matchups against the Bengals secondary. I think they can, but I feel like it could be a shootout in this game. I think it's going to be close. It should be a fun game to watch, but I think Dallas is going to find a way to pull it off. In Week 15 against the Carolina Panthers, they should easily beat the Panthers. Panthers still stink. Bryce Young's not good. The offense of line didn't improve. The receiving core didn't improve, but the defense is it's okay, but not great. Dallas should move the ball, and especially Dallas is a better team overall, better quarterback, better coaching staff, and especially I think Carolina's gonna be doing learning curves to have a new head coach. And Dallas is deep, and Dallas has a proven quarterback and a proven coach. So yeah, and their defense should be able to dismantle Bryce Young like they did last year. So in the Panthers offense and Bryce Young. So yeah, they should be able to do it again. Then week 10, week 16 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, I think they should beat the Buccaneers. I mean, Dallas pretty much owned the Buccaneers for the past couple of years. I mean, Dak Prescott has pretty much owned Todd Bowles and all that. So yeah, especially Dallas is at home in this game. They got the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're a better team overall. And now here's the thing. I think the Cowboys defense is probably going to give them the Bucks offense a lot of problems. Like this is a good matchup for Dallas. Like they have the corners to man up against the Bucks receivers. They have the pass rush, get out their Baker Mayfield, make them uncomfortable in the pocket. And I think they have, and I feel like even though the Bucks secondary is really good, I think Dallas can win their one-on-one matches against them. So I think Dallas finds a way to win this game in a close one. The next game against the Eagles in Philly, I think they'll split with them. So I got the Eagles there because the Eagles tend to play well at home. Now Dallas doesn't really play well on the road against the Eagles. I feel like they play well at home against the Eagles. So that's why I think the Eagles will win this game. Especially, they have more to play for because I feel like the Eagles could be a team that they might make the playoffs or they could barely miss it. So that's how I see it. And then last game, week 18 against the Commanders, I think they'll split. I think they'll sweep the Commanders because I just have a feeling that the Commanders are just not going to be good enough. Like, I have a feeling that they're not going to have much to play for because I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. While Dallas could be fighting for a top seed for the playoffs because they have more to play for. Dallas is, just got an overall better team. So that's why. So right now, I have the Cowboys at 12-4-1. So for that reason, I want to give the Cowboys a win against the Ravens because I think they can match the Ravens, but I'm going to give the Ravens the win here. Even though the game's in Dallas, I'm just going to give the Ravens a win here because I think the Ravens are just a slightly better team and I just think they have the more experienced quarterback. And I think Lamar, can find a way to win his best. I feel like, the Ravens can run the ball on the Cowboys. Because Derrick Henry said he wanted to be a Cowboy, he's on the Ravens. But I think the Ravens can run the ball on the Cowboys a little bit. And I think they can throw the ball at them a little bit. And I think their defense will give the Cowboys offense a tough time, especially Justin Montemuke up front. I feel like he's going to be a problem. And the Ravens got good corners that can really man up against the Cowboys receivers. So, yeah. So, even though the game's in Dallas, I think Baltimore is I just pick Baltimore will win because I think Baltimore is a slightly better team than the Cowboys. But I wouldn't rule that out for Dallas beating the Ravens, but I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas beat them, but I think the Ravens find a way to win that game. But it will be a close one. It could be a shootout. But I feel like when you look at so right now I have the Cowboys at 12-5, which is not pretty bad. I could see them at least winning one more game. Like I could see them being as high as 13-4. Like, yeah, I can see that happening, but I feel like 5-1 in their division, 12-2 in the conference, 7-2 at home, 5-3 away. I mean, not bad. I mean, when you look at the Cowboys' schedule, it's pretty tough. They have to play all the teams in the AFC North, which is the Browns, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bengals. They got to play the Lions. They got to play the 49ers, the Eagles twice. I mean, this is a hard schedule. So, I felt the only teams that the Cowboys don't even play is the Packers or the Bills or maybe the Dolphins or the Chiefs. So, or the Bears either. So, yeah, so the Cowboys, 12-5 seems about right for them. But looking at their schedule, I think when Dallas got to play against AFC North team, when you look at it, I think Dallas is probably going to at least win 2 or 3 of them. I don't think they're going to win all of them, but I think they're going to win at least 2 or 3 and lose 2 or 3. That's how I kind of see it, though. So I feel like 12-5 sounds about right for Dallas. I feel like Dallas will be back in the playoffs once again, and most people are saying that the Eagles are probably going to win it because they made much improvements. But I feel like 12-5 sounds about right. I think Dallas is going to is gonna win the NFC East once again. I just think their defense is still the same, but especially the run defense is totally bad, and the pass defense okay. The offensive line got new pieces on there. We're gonna see how well their old line is gonna play. They still got the same offensive weapons, and especially despite the Ezekiel Elliott. Now they lost a few pieces on defense. They lost like one player on offense, and they added Ezekiel Elliott back. So yeah, so I think Dallas should be back in the playoffs once again, because still have questions about the coaching on defense. Like, what's Mike Zimmer gonna? Will Mike Zimmer like fix the run defense? Like, we'll probably see about that. So yeah, so that's all I have for the Cowboys is 12-5, and I got them in first in the NFC East again. I think they're just I think they're the superior team in that division. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the Cowboys. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones for Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later in the next video. Peace.